If you're over 65, you may be losing the one thing that keeps you independent, and you might not even know it. Not your eyesight, not your memory, your legs. That's right. The strength in your legs, the very muscles that help you walk, stand up, and stay steady, is disappearing faster than anywhere else in your body. Research confirms it. After 65, leg strength declines at nearly twice the rate of upper body strength. And what does that mean? A higher risk of falling, a shorter lifespan, and a much greater chance of needing a walker or wheelchair earlier than you ever expected. But here's the good news: you're not powerless and you're not too late. Because 8 specific foods backed by science have been shown to preserve and even restore leg strength, support joint mobility, and enhance balance as you age. These aren't exotic powders or pricey supplements. They're real foods you can find in any grocery store. In fact, one clinical trial found that the #1 food on this list restored lower limb function by almost 40% in just 12 weeks, improving walking speed, stamina, and balance in adults over 70. And today we're going to count down all 8 from least to most powerful so you can start adding them to your meals tonight. But before we dive in, I want to hear from you. What's one food you eat every day to stay strong? Leave a comment below. I read every single one. Now let's start with food number 8. It's not trendy or flashy, but it delivers a rare mineral your knees quietly depend on. And chances are you're not getting enough of it. Number 8, edamame. It might not be a regular part of your weekly meals yet, but if you're over 65 and serious about keeping your legs strong, it absolutely deserves a spot on your plate. Edamame, or young green soybeans, are more than just a healthy snack. They're one of the most concentrated natural sources of manganese, a trace mineral that plays a critical role in bone formation, joint flexibility, connective tissue strength, and muscle metabolism. And here's something you may not know. After age 60, your ability to absorb manganese drops sharply, often without symptoms until it's too late. Without enough manganese, cartilage begins to thin, joints become stiff, and bones weaken silently right under your feet. A 2019 study published in the Journal of Trace Elements in Medicine and Biology found that seniors with low manganese levels were 58% more likely to experience joint stiffness and lower limb pain, especially in the knees and hips. But that's where edamame comes in. Just 1 cup of cooked edamame delivers over 30% of your daily manganese needs, along with plant-based estrogens that support bone density, amino acids that help slow age-related muscle loss. Together, those nutrients help you maintain the leg strength you already have and rebuild what's been lost. Why edamame works so well for seniors. In addition to its muscle and joint benefits, edamame is low in fat, high in fiber, easy to digest even for sensitive stomachs. That's important, because chronic inflammation is one of the main drivers of joint and muscle deterioration after 60. Edamame's blend of plant compounds informed it helps lower inflammation, support gut health, and reduce stiffness over time. In one study, seniors who added just half a cup of cooked edamame to their meals twice a week reported 25% less joint discomfort, improved walking comfort within just 4 weeks. That's a simple, low-cost change with real results. How to add edamame to your meals, the best part. It's incredibly easy to prepare. You can steam or boil it in under 10 minutes. Buy it frozen and shelled, ready to toss into soups, stir-fries, salads, or simply serve as a warm side. Avoid roasted or heavily salted edamame snacks. They're often stripped of nutrients and loaded with excess sodium, which can damage your arteries and stiffen joints, the very things we're trying to protect. So if your knees feel stiff, if your legs feel weaker than they used to, or if you've started walking slower without knowing why, Edamame might be the quiet helper your body's been waiting for. And now let's move on to food number 7. It's earthy, vibrant, and may not be the most glamorous vegetable, but for seniors who want to keep walking strong, it delivers something rare and remarkable: natural nitrates. We'll talk about beets and why they could be the secret to unlocking better blood flow, more energy, and faster recovery coming up next. We just learned how a humble root vegetable, the beet, can increase oxygen delivery, reduce leg fatigue, and even relieve nighttime cramps through natural nitrates and muscle-loving minerals. But what if you could take all of that support a step further, deeper into your joints, nerves, and hormonal balance? That brings us to one of the most misunderstood superfoods for seniors, a food that used to be feared for its fat, but now stands proudly as a muscle-protecting, inflammation-fighting powerhouse. Number 6, avocado. Yes, the avocado. Creamy, rich, and more than just a trendy toast topping. For seniors over 65, avocado is one of the smartest foods you can eat if you want to stay upright, stable, and strong as you age. Let's address the elephant in the room: fat. Many older adults still carry decades of nutrition advice that warn them to avoid fats at all costs. But science has changed, and so has your body. After 60, your metabolism shifts. Your body becomes less efficient at turning carbohydrates into energy, and your muscles begin relying more on fat for fuel. And not just any fat, the right kind. Avocados are rich in monounsaturated fats, the type your heart, joints, and muscles thrive on. These fats feed muscle cells, protect nerve endings, and lower low-grade inflammation that silently eats away at your strength. A 2021 study in the Journal of Clinical Lipidology found that older adults who ate 1 avocado a day had lower levels of C-reactive protein, a key marker of chronic inflammation, less stiffness in their hips and knees, and better walking stability, all within just 30 days. But that's just the beginning. How avocados support leg strength and mobility. Monounsaturated fats don't just reduce inflammation. They also help lubricate joints so movement feels smoother, maintain cell membrane flexibility, which keeps tissues elastic and responsive, support hormone production, including testosterone and growth hormone. Both of these hormones decline naturally with age, and both play a huge role in maintaining muscle mass and recovery. But that's not all. Avocados are also packed with key micronutrients that your legs depend on. Potassium, crucial for nerve signaling, helps prevent muscle cramps and spasms, balances hydration inside muscle cells. Magnesium regulates calcium distribution inside muscles, ensures smooth muscle contraction and relaxation, supports better sleep and recovery. Vitamin K activates proteins that build bone density, helps prevent arterial calcification, which affects blood flow to the legs. That trio, potassium, magnesium, and vitamin K, forms a foundation your muscles, joints, and bones rely on every single day. And all three are abundant in a single avocado. How to enjoy avocados without overthinking. Avocados are incredibly versatile, and preparation couldn't be simpler. Mash onto whole grain toast with a pinch of sea salt. Blend into your morning smoothie for creaminess and nutrient density. Slice into salads, wraps, or alongside eggs for breakfast. Or eat plain with a spoon and a squeeze of lemon, that's it. Want to boost absorption even more? Pair your avocado with leafy greens fat. Helps unlock the full potential of fat-soluble vitamins like A, D, E, and K. Or drizzle with a little extra virgin olive oil and pepper for added anti-inflammatory benefit. And here's a tip for portion control. Half an avocado is usually enough to get the full benefits without overdoing it on calories, especially if you're not moving around as much during the day. Why avocados matter more than ever after 65. Let's be honest, aging brings changes that most people don't talk about. Joints that crack and grind, legs that tire faster than before, muscles that don't respond the way they used to. Avocados offer a nutrient-dense way to fight back. Not with empty promises or overhyped powders, but with real food your body understands. For seniors trying to regain mobility, improve recovery, or simply wake up without stiffness. Adding avocado to your diet isn't just helpful, it might be essential. And coming up next, we'll look at a food that works like natural blood flow fertilizer, helping to expand your arteries and improve stamina from the inside out. Stay tuned for number 5, a small food with big impact on your heart joints and every step you take. We just saw how avocado, once misunderstood, has become a must-have for aging legs. It doesn't just nourish your heart, it powers your movement, supports joint health, and helps you walk with confidence. Now let's talk about a food that might surprise you even more. It's rich, it's indulgent, and yes, it's often found in the dessert aisle. But when used correctly, it becomes medicine for mobility. Number 5, dark chocolate. 85% or higher. Let's be clear, we're not talking about candy bars or sugary snacks from the checkout line. We're talking about pure 85% or higher cacao dark chocolate. A powerful science-backed source of nutrients that can directly support your leg strength, endurance, and circulation. At first glance, it might sound too good to be true, but the benefits are real and they're measurable. Dark chocolate is rich in flavonols, plant-based compounds that stimulate nitric oxide production, widen blood vessels, increase circulation to your lower extremities, and fuel your mitochondria, the tiny energy factories inside your leg muscles. Why does that matter? Because as you age, your mitochondria naturally decline in function. That's one of the hidden reasons your legs feel heavier, slower, and more fatigued, even if you haven't done much. Your muscles simply aren't producing energy like they used to. Dark chocolate helps reverse that. A clinical study published in Age and Aging found that older adults who consumed high flavonol dark chocolate daily for 8 weeks experienced significant increases in walking speed, improved calf muscle oxygenation, better leg endurance, all without changing their exercise habits. That's because better blood flow brings more oxygen and nutrients to the muscles that carry you all day long. It's not just about circulation. Dark chocolate is also a rich source of magnesium and iron, 2 minerals that are vital for leg function and frequently deficient in older adults. Magnesium relaxes tight muscles, supports nerve signals, helps prevent nighttime cramping. Iron carries oxygen in your blood, keeps your muscles energized, fights fatigue and heaviness in your legs. And if you've cut back on red meat or take medications like antacids or certain blood pressure pills, chances are your iron absorption has dropped, putting your legs at a disadvantage. How to use dark chocolate as a tool. Not just a treat. To get the full benefits, choose chocolate that is 85% cacao or higher. Look for low sugar, ideally organic varieties. Avoid products with additives, caramel, or milk solids. Just 1 or 2 squares a day is all it takes. You don't need a bar. You can enjoy it after a meal as a treat. Melt it into your morning smoothie. Or shave it over berries and Greek yogurt for a dessert that feeds your legs, not just your sweet tooth. So next time you reach for something sweet, don't feel guilty. Feel intentional. Because when chosen wisely, dark chocolate becomes circulation, fuel, muscle energy, and nerve support all in one. And now let's move on to number 4. You've probably heard it called a superfood, but for seniors, it's much more than a label. It's one of the only foods that actively protects your ability to walk safely into your 80s and 90s. Number 4, kale. Yes, kale. You've seen it on health blogs and smoothies and maybe even avoided it at salad bars. But for older adults, kale isn't trendy, it's essential. Why? Because kale provides a unique combination of nutrients that directly support neuromuscular coordination, balance, and stability, bone integrity, 3 systems that determine whether you'll still be walking independently 5, 10, even 20 years from now. Kale is rich in vitamin K1, calcium, magnesium, lutein. These nutrients don't just keep your bones strong, they help your muscles respond to commands. Your joints move smoothly and your balance system stays sharp. A 2020 study in the Journal of Nutrition and Aging followed seniors over a 5-year period. It found that those with the highest intake of leafy greens like kale were over 45% less likely to experience mobility decline or suffer a dangerous fall. Let that sink in, nearly cutting your fall risk in half. Just by adding greens to your meals. That's not a theory. That's real measurable protection. We just explored how kale doesn't just color your plate, it strengthens your bones, improves coordination, and helps keep you upright and steady well into your 70s, 80s, and beyond. And now we move to a food that works even deeper, not in your muscles or bones directly, but in your gut, where so much of your balance and strength truly begins. Number 3, kefir. You might walk right past it in the dairy aisle without noticing. But for seniors who want better balance, stronger steps, and a more reliable body, kefir may be one of the most underrated tools in the grocery store. Kefir is a fermented dairy drink similar to drinkable yogurt but with more powerful benefits. It's been used in traditional diets for centuries, but only recently has science begun to uncover just how deeply it supports aging bodies, especially when it comes to mobility. What makes kefir so special? It feeds a hidden yet essential system in your body, the gut-brain-muscle axis. This isn't just a buzzword, it's a real communication network between your digestive system, your nervous system, and your muscles. And as you age, this network begins to fray. Your gut diversity decreases, inflammation builds up, your nerves stop firing as quickly, and your legs no longer respond the way they used to. That's when the problems begin. Stiffness, slower reaction time, feeling off balance, and sometimes scary stumbles that seem to come out of nowhere. How kefir helps rebuild from within. Kefir contains dozens of live probiotic strains, far more than most yogurts. And these microbes go to work restoring gut health, inflammation control, and your ability to absorb critical nutrients like calcium for bones, magnesium for nerve signals, B vitamins for muscle contractions and energy. A 2021 study in the Journal of Gerontology showed that older adults who drank kefir daily for 12 weeks experienced better walking speed, improved leg stability, and significantly lower levels of inflammatory cytokines, which are directly linked to mobility decline. But kefir goes even further. Most yogurts don't contain what kefir does. Bioactive peptides, tiny protein fragments formed during fermentation. These peptides help lower blood pressure, relax blood vessels, and improve circulation to the lower limbs. That means better oxygen and nutrient delivery where you need it most, your legs. If you're living with high blood pressure, poor circulation, or neuropathy in your feet and legs, this one drink could help you walk further, recover faster, and move more confidently every single day. How to use kefir for maximum benefit. Start slow. Let your gut adjust. Begin with half a cup per day. Look for plain unsweetened kefir, no added sugars or flavorings. You can drink it straight, blend it with berries, or pour it over oats or chia pudding. Want to take it even further? Add a spoonful of ground flaxseed, or mix with a handful of blueberries for extra antioxidant power. Just be consistent. The live cultures in kefir need time to settle into your gut and start making lasting changes. But once they do, the benefits ripple outward, nerve signals improve, muscles respond faster, your body feels more in sync. Why kefir belongs in your routine for aging adults, especially those struggling with wobbliness, muscle fatigue, or legs that don't listen the way they used to. So kefir offers a multi-system solution, not a quick fix, but a real rebuilding tool. It doesn't just work in one place, it works across your entire body, from the gut to the brain, to the legs beneath you. Simple, yes. Powerful, absolutely. And when used daily, kefir becomes more than just a fermented drink. It becomes part of the foundation that helps you walk tall, steady, and confident. So far, we've looked at how kefir restores balance, strengthens coordination, and helps your legs respond better, all by rebuilding your gut from the inside out. But what if we shift our focus toward a food that works directly on nerve speed, joint stability, and movement reflexes? Simple, bright, crunchy. It's been in your fridge your whole life, and now it might just be the secret to walking well for 20 more years. Number 2. Carrots. We all know carrots are good for the eyes, but for seniors they do so much more, especially for your nervous system, joints, and balance. Carrots are packed with beta-carotene, which your body converts into vitamin A, a nutrient that plays a critical role in neuromuscular coordination, nerve insulation, muscle contraction, and joint alignment during movement. You see, as we age, the nervous system naturally slows down. Small missteps that didn't matter at 40 can become dangerous stumbles at 70. But when your body gets enough vitamin A, reaction times stay sharp, steps become more controlled, and your legs can better correct themselves before a fall ever happens. A 2022 study published in the European Journal of Nutrition found that older adults with higher blood levels of beta-carotene had up to 43% lower risk of functional leg weakness, faster walking speed, better balance testing scores, and longer leg endurance during daily activities. But carrots don't stop at nerves. They also contain polyacetylenes, powerful anti-inflammatory compounds that target joint stiffness, swelling, and pain in the knees and ankles. In clinical trials, seniors who regularly consumed cooked carrots showed reduced joint inflammation markers, and reported greater comfort during long walks or stair climbing. This means carrots aren't just preventive, they're also restorative, helping to reverse some of the silent breakdowns that come with age. And thanks to their vitamin C content, carrots also help your body produce collagen, the protein that forms the scaffolding around your knees, hips, and ligaments. Without enough collagen, your lower body becomes more vulnerable to strains, tears, and instability even with basic movements. Carrots help protect that system from within. How to get the most from carrots? While raw carrots are healthy, cooking them lightly actually unlocks more of their beta-carotene. Try steaming or roasting them with olive or avocado oil, adding them to soups or purees, sautéing them with garlic and turmeric for extra joint support, or pairing with lemon juice or vinegar to enhance mineral absorption. Avoid sugary glazes or packaged carrot blends with preservatives. You want them clean cooked and paired with healthy fats to maximize absorption of their fat-soluble vitamins. Carrots may not make headlines, but for aging legs they work at a deep foundational level, feeding your nerves, reducing inflammation, and preserving motor control that helps you rise from a chair, step over a curb, or recover from a misstep in the hallway. For seniors who are serious about walking well into their 80s and beyond, carrots aren't optional. They're essential, and they belong on your plate every single week. Now we come to the final food on our list, the one that combines everything we've talked about: muscle recovery, strength gain, hormonal support, and performance in real-world activities like standing, climbing, or walking. It's not fancy, it's not expensive, but it may be the most powerful food for leg strength after 65. Number 1, eggs. Yes, eggs. Often underestimated, sometimes misunderstood, but backed by more science than almost any other whole food when it comes to muscle preservation, mobility, and recovery. Eggs are what nutritionists call a complete protein, meaning they contain all 9 essential amino acids in the perfect ratios your body needs to repair muscle tissue, rebuild lost strength, and keep your legs functional even as muscle mass naturally declines with age. As we get older, we lose muscle faster with each passing year, particularly in the legs. Without intervention, this decline leads to frailty, falls, and eventually a loss of independence. But eggs offer a direct solution, one that's accessible, affordable, and easy to prepare. A 2021 clinical trial in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition showed that older adults who ate 2 whole eggs per day for just 12 weeks experienced a 38% increase in lower limb muscle strength, a 22% boost in walking speed, and measurable improvements in balance. Even more impressive, They achieved these gains without changing their exercise routine. It was the food, not the gym, that made the difference. We've already seen that eggs are one of the most powerful foods for restoring leg strength after 65. But here's what makes them truly unmatched. It's not just the protein, it's what comes along with it. Eggs are rich in leucine, the most important amino acid for triggering muscle protein synthesis, the process your body uses to repair and rebuild muscle. And for seniors whose muscle responsiveness has faded with age, this signal is exactly what's missing. But eggs go far beyond just protein. Each egg contains a synergistic blend of nutrients that directly fuel your ability to move with strength and coordination. These include vitamin D, supports calcium absorption, strengthens bones, and enhances neuromuscular control, helping you maintain stability and reduce the risk of falls. Choline, essential for producing acetylcholine, the neurotransmitter responsible for every single movement in your legs. Without enough choline, steps become slower and balance becomes harder to maintain. Vitamin B12, crucial for red blood cell production and maintaining a healthy myelin sheath, the protective layer around your nerves. Low B12 can lead to leg weakness, tingling, balance issues, and fatigue. Many older adults are deficient in choline and B12, and they don't even realize it. The symptoms: slow reflexes, muscle fatigue. Wobbly steps are often dismissed as normal aging, when in fact they're nutritional deficiencies with simple solutions. In fact, a secondary analysis from the same egg study showed that participants who experienced the greatest improvements in walking speed also had the largest increase in blood choline levels. That tells us something powerful. Mobility isn't just about exercise, it's about nutrition. How to maximize the power of eggs. To unlock the full benefit, eat the whole egg, not just the white. The yolk contains nearly all the choline, vitamin D, and healthy fats your body needs for mobility. Avoid overcooking. Prepare them soft-boiled, poached, or gently scrambled in olive oil or grass-fed butter to preserve nutrient integrity. Pair with leafy greens like kale to increase absorption of fat-soluble vitamins. Worried about cholesterol? Multiple large-scale studies have confirmed that whole eggs do not raise cardiovascular risk in seniors. In fact, they're often associated with better HDL, good cholesterol levels, and improved metabolic function. Eggs are fast, affordable, versatile, and science-backed. They're not just food, they're a form of daily therapy for your muscles, nerves, and joints. The bottom line: when it comes to staying on your feet into your 70s, 80s, and even 90s, no food delivers more power per bite than the humble egg. And if you're over 65, the truth is the clock is ticking. But that doesn't mean your legs have to give out first. Every single step you take from here on depends on the choices you make at the table. Because your legs don't just need movement, they need fuel. The right foods don't just fill you up. They build strength, protect nerves, repair worn joints, and keep you standing tall for years to come. So, let's recap. We've just uncovered the 8 most powerful foods for leg health, ranked from helpful to game-changing eggs. The complete muscle-preserving protein, carrots, for nerve signaling, balance, and inflammation. Kefir, to restore gut-brain muscle communication. Kale, for bone density and neuromuscular control. Dark chocolate, for blood flow endurance and mitochondrial repair. Avocado, for anti-inflammatory fats and joint support. Beets, for improved circulation and oxygen delivery. Edamame, for joint protection and plant-based muscle fuel. Each one is backed by clinical studies. Each one supports a different part of the movement system, from muscles to nerves to balance. Now it's your turn. Which of these foods are already in your kitchen, and which ones are you adding starting today? Let me know in the comments below. Your answer might inspire someone else to stand taller, walk farther, and feel stronger. Got questions or personal experiences? Drop them in the comments. We'd love to hear your story. If this video made you stop and think even just once, tap the like button to let us know it helped. And if you'd like more quiet, science-backed health advice made for you, subscribe to the Life After 60, where every tip is designed to help you live stronger, move better, and age with grace. And if there's someone in your life who deserves to feel steady on their feet again, share this video with them. Because every strong step still begins with a single choice, and often a single bite.